Hey guys, okay, one more installment. We've got this one that's going to be on a 3-bin saddle. I hope everybody's doing okay though. Important stuff first. I hope everybody's healthy and safe and your families are too. We'll get through this. Appreciate you hanging in there with me. Got my caffeine. Now, we're going to do a 3-bin saddle today. A 3-bin saddle has a 45 in the center and two 22s and a half. So if you take a plus 45 minus a negative 22 and a half minus another negative 22 and a half, it equals 0, okay? So we're going to start on this plane. We're going to go up, go over this. This is just a can of peas. Then go down and hit our same plane, all right? Now, first thing we got to do, find the center of our 45. Let me get ready here. This is so important. First thing I want you to do is put a mark. I'm using a short piece of conduit because I don't need a long piece. We're going to take our bender, and even though it says, it tells us one of these notches here, I think the center notch, is the center of a 45. But I don't care what it tells me, I'm going to make sure. I'm going to show you how, okay? So, I'm going to come back here about 4 inches, all right? 4 inches. Now, I'm going to put me a mark all the way around this bender, or this piece of conduit. Now, we'll get this out of the way. Now, it's the only mark we got. And the reason we put this mark on here is we are going to put that mark even with our arrow mark, okay? And what we're going to do is bend to 45. So, I'm going to set the back of that wide mark, okay, because I don't use wide marks out there on the job, to the front of that other mark. I'm going to set it down and we'll start bending, okay? Now, my 45 bubble, first thing you got to do, check the floor. Dead center right here. Floors will move a little bit, there'll be humps in them. So wherever you're bending, make sure that you check that floor with your level. Because if your floor is off, you can be center bubble on your bend and your bend ain't right. So, our 45 is the second bubble back, okay? So you gotta look at it from the side. I need just a hair more. I slipped a little bit. Okay, a little too much, little too much. So put that over there, take it back a little bit. Then pull it back just a hair. You want to get it dead on. You want to get it dead on. Okay? So take it down just a hair. Okay, that's it. Now, this is so important. I'm going to line this up here again. This mark, I know where it was exactly. Okay. Now, wait a minute. I got to jump ahead of myself. Here's what you need to do. You need to hold this pipe up and look at it. Don't even look at that mark now. You can tell by holding that up where the center of this 45 is, okay? Right here. Now that's the center of our 45. Now, if I put this back in here and line that mark up, okay? I want to show you what I'm talking about. This mark here is right here, okay? Right here. It doesn't line up with any of those other marks on here, okay? I've seen that happen more than once, okay? I'm going to draw it right over here, okay? Right here, okay? And you see that mark that I made on that, okay? Don't be afraid to mark your bender. Mark your bender where it works for you. On a 3-bend saddle, those rim notches aren't that close sometimes. If you're running conduit, the closer you get it, the better it's going to look. And if you go to all the trouble of measuring for your conduit, then all the trouble of measuring conduit, and then you put it in here and you're a 1/4 inch off on the 90, then for me it aggravates me because I want it right on if I go to the trouble. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. We want this right there where it's marked to be center of this hump when we get through with it, okay? We don't want it here. We don't want it here. We want it here. So that's why I marked that bender with this 45. Anytime that I went on another job or another area and was using a different bender, I did one of two things. I either burned a stick of conduit to see what my 90-degree stubs were, minimum stub, to see what deduct that I had. Is it 5 inches? Is it 4 3/4? Is it 5 1/4? And then if I had to do 3-bend saddles, you're just going to see this on normally 1/2 and 3/4 inch conduit. Normally when you get to inch and above, sometimes on an inch EMT you'll see a 3-bend saddle, but most of the time inch and above you're going to see 4-bend saddles. They're just easier. A 3-bend saddle is hard to pull wire through, believe it or not. The wire pulls on both ends, and I'll talk more about that here in a little bit. Let's work on getting our 3-bend saddle done, okay? So, we know where the center of our 45 is. Now, new stick of conduit. What kind of conduit do we ream? All of it, okay? Now, run my finger around here. I felt a little bit of a rough edge, even though that's a factory cut. On the other end now, I cut that. Now, right now, that ain't gonna hurt no wire. I can run my finger in there, I can spin that pipe, it ain't gonna cut it. We can pull wire through that, it's not gonna hurt our wire. But if you take a guy out there that's not doing that, not reaming the conduit, you're gonna mess your wire up. And then you'll have to do it all again. There's an old saying a guy taught me one time. He said, if we don't have time enough to do it right, we dang sure don't have enough time to do it twice. You don't ream your pipe, pull your wire in, screw your wire up, you're spending double the time to get that wire in up and running, you know? So, all your pipe gets reamed. Now, the first measurement is from the wall. I'm going to use a little thinner marker here, guys, from our wall to our conduit, to the center of our pipe. This can of peas is a pipe. It's a 3-inch pipe. And we got to come here and jump over that pipe. All right? So, I'm just putting a little bitty mark. Now, we have to, anytime we go up an incline, we are going to pull it, like if I look straight down now, this mark here that was in the center right now is back here. So we have to add shrink to get that 3-bin saddle where it needs to be. Now, on our chart, and it's on your bender too, the angle of incline, even though we're making a 45 here, our angle of incline is 22.5. So 22.5 is our shrink. If we look here, it's 3/16 of an inch for every inch of rise. Inches of rise, okay? Just like a box. That's gonna be how tall this can of peas or a pipe is. It's 3 inches. Now, everybody goes, oh, I don't like fractions, don't like fractions. Let me show you an easy way to do fractions, okay? We are 3 inches high. We're 3/16 per inch shrink. So multiply 3 times your top number. 3 3s is 9. 9/16. 8/16 is a half, okay? A 16th ain't gonna kill us. So we're gonna add a 1/2 inch for shrink. How's that getting down and dirty, making it work, and you'll never see the difference. That marker's wider than a 16th, you know? So, 3/16 per inch, 3 inches high, 3 3s is 9, 8/16 is a half, okay? So, we're gonna add a 1/2 inch to our mark, okay? We are 23 3/4 to the center. So we're gonna put that, we're gonna add a 1/4 inch to that mark. So I'm gonna look here and add, that 1/4 inch may not sound like much, but it's gonna make this conduit look awfully pretty, okay? So now this one, I'm marking all the way around. Now I'm gonna double check it, I'm gonna lay it up here, and I am 1/4 inch past half. Now, your multiplier, okay, it's on your handle, and it's 2.5, that's it, 2.5. So, we got 3 inches. Do this the easy way. 2 3s is 6. 1/2 of 3, right? 1/2 of 3 is 1.5 inches, you know? That ain't no math. So, 2 3s is 6, 7.5 inches. That's how far back we got to put our mark from our center one, okay? 7.5. 7.5. Now, this is easy. We go 7.5 in the other way, the other direction. So, we go the same amount, both directions. 7.5, okay? Now, we got 3 bend marks on here now. We've got our center one plus shrink, okay? Then we've got one here, 7.5 inches back. Yep, and the other one's 7.5 inches. And that's gonna give us a 3-bend saddle, okay? Now, I'm getting ready to show you how to bend this. Get rid of our workbench. Need that in the classroom, don't it? Now, really important. The first bend you make, there's your 3 bends, okay? First bend you make's the middle one. The middle one always goes where the center of your 45 is, okay? So the mark that we put on here, we're putting this mark right there, and we're gonna bend a 45. It's the center bend first. Now, I walked it down just a hair. Make sure it lines up. It does, okay? Now, turn it over. We want to get a 45. Now we're going to make sure that the floor is level. It is. Now, 45 is the second bubble. The second bubble. Yep. it back just a hair. That's perfect, perfect. Now, really important. This one here you don't have a bubble for. You want to slide your conduit up, and your next mark now, it doesn't go on that center of a 45, it goes on the arrow. Dead on the arrow, okay? So we're gonna line this puppy up. Gonna double check our arrow. Gonna line it up, get that pull eye going. Now we're gonna bend this down to where the bottom of the line is at 22.5. Bottom of the conduit, 22.5, okay? Now, we're gonna take it out of the bender, turn it around. The hook is always facing the center. You know, before what we did, we bent our 45, and then we just slid it up and bent our first 22.5. But our hook was facing the center after we got the center bend. Now, we've got to turn this around just like we did on that box, right? The first offset, the hook was toward the box. Then the second two bends, the hook's toward the box. This here, we have to turn it around, and the hook is toward the pipe. Okay, now we want to take this down. Pretty easy to bend it too far, okay? But you can take it out, look at it. Ooh, I got a dog leg in that. And I need a little more bend in it. I will show you an easy way. You want to over bend this just a hair, okay? I'm going to go back to the other one because I didn't do that. And I'm going to show you an easy way to adjust these from over bending them. Foot in front of the handle, okay? Now, get our workbench back over here. Now, right here, okay? You can see it. This leg's sticking up. This leg's sticking up. That's where I want it, okay? Now, if I'm doing these all day, I'm nailing them. By first break or lunch, I'm hitting them dead on because same thing every time. Normally, you're jumping over the same size pipe, you know. I want to adjust this height in case I got a little off. I want it to touch the top. Okay, now, right here, there's about 1/4 of an inch, and that's pretty easy to have too much. This knee's touching with this leg up. This knee's touching with this leg up, okay? That's where you want it, and this is the easiest way to get these right the quickest. If these knees are touching, all I gotta do is adjust this, the center bend, and if you notice that mark is dead in the center of that can. I just pull a little bit out of this to lay it down here, and once it touches that can, I lay this leg down flat, that leg down flat, and we're good to go, okay? Now, got to talk about dog leg. Marty's eye's not really good today. But, you see that? That 1/2 inch bends like butter. It's all it took. Dog leg's out of it, okay? Do it like that, good to go. Now, we got to pull 1/4 inch out of this. This stuff bends like butter. Okay? Now, we put it in here backwards, on the center bend. I'm going to pull on it, and I'm telling you, I'll be lucky if I don't pull too much. Let's check it. Oh, that is nice. That is dead on. Now, you see how little that took? And this is perfect on that can. It's perfect. It's right down there against it. We're going to lay this down first. Okay, so take a little out of here just to lay that down. That's just a 1/2 inch up. Put it in the bender backwards, okay? I want it perfect. You want to get a good reputation doing this, then people will come and ask you. Dead on, dead on. Okay? Now, I gotta pull just a little bit out of this because I put a little bit of bend back in it. Yeah. Now I know I gotta take a little out of this third leg here. Let's see what we got. Probably ain't there yet. Ha ha ha. Took a little too much out of it. It's like butter, guys. Perfect. Perfect. Okay? Now, just a hair above that can. We're going to fix that right now. If we were out there, we'd probably be strapping this, but I want to show you just how little it takes for this to be perfect. Okay, being like butter, got to put a little more back in it. I just lean on it, guys. I just lean on it. See how little leaning it takes? We'd be strapping it, but there we go. There we go. Okay? Don't want to hit it too hard. I'll have beans all over the, or peas all over the garage there. But see there, this touches, you can strap this. It looks great. Look at dog leg. No dog leg in it. Got a little one pulled out. 3-bend saddle, guys. Now, we can go over something round with a 3-bend saddle. We go over something square with a 4-bend saddle. You got a box offset, and you got a 90-degree stub, okay? So we got all the basic bends. Now the next video and the last one, we're putting them all together on one stick of pipe. And you can do it, and you can do it right, and you can do it the first time, okay? So, anyhow, give me any questions. I hope this is helping. Still, I miss you guys in class. Y'all take care. Hope your families are safe and healthy, and we'll talk soon. See you.